Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is DivineAdebola, and I talk about scholarships, traveling abroad, immigration, everything that deals with Japa. That's what we do here on this channel. So in today's video, I actually promise you that I'm going to be interviewing a lot of people who are knowledgeable, people who are loaded upstairs, and they're going to be sharing their experiences with us, and they're going to be advising us on how to navigate this Jackpaism, you understand? So here is my friend, my senior man, Ogato Jayeju. So I've known him since the days of Futa. We schooled in the same university, and he's a vibrant comrade. let me leave him to introduce himself to you.
All right, thank you very much for having me, Divine. I'm Dayo Ibrahim, and I'm not so old in this Japa journey. However, I think I've got some experiences to share with you. Thank you very much for having me.
When did you come to UK?
Okay, I think I got to UK on the 17th of September.
Last year. More than 1 year.
Actually.
Unlike us, baby Japaism. Okay, so in today's video, we are going to be talking about a lot of things. First of all, it's going to tell us about how he's able to navigate from Nigeria to UK. We all have our success story, our Japa story. So let's start with that. How are you able to run the whole Japa thing?
So for me, it's kind of simple. And the reason is because United Kingdom is not the first country I made an attempt for.
Okay.
So I made an attempt to travel to some other countries, yeah. So, and I've been to some other countries too, but for a long period of time, I've not just planned for UK alone. And because I've got a lot of friends in different parts of the United Kingdom, I have available to me a lot of information for me to work with. So for me, it was a smooth ride. Firstly, I applied to so many schools. And the schools I applied to are the schools where I'm sure I know a lot of people. So what I do is I know XYZ, I write his name and his school, and I apply to his school. And asked him about stuff there. He said, it's all right, come to my school. So I applied to every school that I have at least 3 persons in that city. So, and I applied to like 12 schools.
In UK?
Yes. And I got admission in 12 schools. So it's now a decision of, okay, which am I going for? What are the things I consider to decide I'm going to come to all in England? I checked the tuition fee was very paramount. Okay. And I checked the tuition fee. I asked my friends over here the cost of living in Hull, and I asked about the presence of international people. So in the long run, I decided to come for Hull. So that's my story. And it's quite easy for me. Yeah, it's quite easy for me to make that decision because I have friends in those cities.
Okay. So I think with what you said, I think it's so easy to get admission in UK.
Of course, yes.
So you said you've been to some other countries before. Can you tell us more about?
Yeah, so I've been to different countries. Okay, more extendedly, I've been to South Africa. Okay. I love your culture. I love everything about South Africa. I think I've been to the Republic of Benin. I've been to some countries in West Africa. Okay. But of course, Europe, my first time.
Oh, all right. So if you don't come to UK, which other country would you
Of course, now Canada.
Everybody loves to go to Canada.
Yeah, if I don't come to the United Kingdom on this route, because I came through education, I would have preferred to go to Canada because they have almost similar, simple plan for students coming into their country. Yeah, Canada.
Good. All right, so he's going to be talking about one important thing, what I have really wanted him to talk about. That's about building credit score in UK, because since I've been in the UK about 1 month now, a lot of people have been talking about, oh, you need a good credit score, oh, you need a credit score for this, credit score for everything is just credit score, and it's kind of looking like, what are these people even saying? So he's going to be shedding light to it from the beginning till the end, everything we need to know about credit score. Just dash it out to us.
All right. So firstly, well, I'm aware that this is a public space. But of course, I'm not a financial advisor. No, like people will say, I'm not going to share my experience with you as regards credit score and what I know so well about credit score. All right, so UK, similar to other European countries, thrive in providing credit facilities. Okay. All right, for people in Africa, people in Nigeria, we are used to PAMPay. From people who borrow money with a new SIM card, I don't return it again. So, but in countries like in European countries and importantly in UK and some other European countries, they thrive in providing credit facilities for people, right? So what I mean by credit facilities is you want to buy a television. television costs, for instance, £1,000, you will be surprised that when you're about to pay for the television and you're bringing out £1,000, the person that wants to collect it will be surprised that you're paying once and for all. You have £1,000 to buy television. Let me just tell you my experience when I was coming to All. So we branched a particular restaurant and I had £50 with me cash. So I wanted to buy a meal for myself and my wife, and I just stretched £50. The retailer was like, £50? So she was looking at it and I had to call the manager, like,
to come and check.
Because he feels that how would somebody be holding £50 cash. At that point in time. So what I'm trying to say in essence is credit facility is quite available in various forms. So it's, for instance, for people that does the people that use SIM, you have a SIM card, for instance. For most of people that came from Nigeria got a free SIM at the TLS office to make call, and some people still stick with that SIM for a period of time in UK, and I'll be like, why can't you quickly start your credit journey on this land? So the moment you come to a country like UK or in any European country, you are starting your credit career in a state of tabula rasa. In quotes, it's called like a clean state. So you have come in like a clean state the moment you enter into the country, right? So meaning that starting from a clean state does not mean you don't have a credit score. But based on some particular metrics, if you came in as a student, or you came in as a worker, maybe you came in for a job directly, you have there are some metrics judged by different standards to give you like a credit score to start with. So coming to the country does not mean you don't have a credit score. You have a credit score, but you have not grown, you are not credit worthy to access some facilities. All right. So how do you grow credit worthy to be able to access facilities? Is by starting for as low as SIM contracts. The reason why everybody will always recommend SIM contracts is because it is actually like part of our lives, because we have to make call, we have to buy data and stuff like that. So there are a lot of companies in the United Kingdom. We have 4 major companies that run this. We have Theory, we have O2, we have Vodafone, and what again? EE. And EE. So that it's 4 major companies. They run.
I think there is also Tesco.
Yeah, yes. But those other companies run in compliance or in partnership with the 4 major companies. So other organizations to also run SIM and phone contract. But for the SIM contracts, I would advise people to just go to the company, go to their offices, or you can ring them on phone to tell them, I would like to be on contracts. So it means that you are getting yourself binded with them to remove X amount of money for X amount of data or X services that you are being offered, and it will be deducted from your account, called direct debits. So the more the direct debits that are deducted from your account, and there has been a metrics over a period of time that have shown that you always use and pay, then you give another lender the privilege to trust you to give you more things, be it money, be it utilities, and be it assets. Thank you. Let me stop there for now.
It's kind of getting more.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just say, in summary now, SIM contract is advisable because it makes other people trust you. Because if you can be sincere with the payment of your SIM plan, then other platforms can actually trust you to give you things on credit. I think most people just coming to UK, they don't really understand this thing, because back where they are coming from, like for example, let's be realistic now, from Nigeria, it is an outright things they do in Nigeria. You don't pay small.
There are small packages for some product now.
In Nigeria. Okay. But even easy buy. But the interest is much. I think for the UK, the interest is.
So it depends on the company.
Okay.
Right. So I like that question. It depends on the company. So SIM contract is just one of the simplest way to start. Somebody can come into the UK today, and 1 week later, the person just get a phone.
Okay.
So you must have noticed that some of your friends in the United Kingdom are using iPhone 15, iPhone 14 Pro. That does not mean that they are wealthy. They just want to access those things that we see as luxury. It's not luxurious here. It's someone in the college, someone that is in primary school can be using an iPhone 11, iPhone 12. You can just call a company that I need an iPhone 12, I need any type of phone, or you just register online and it will be delivered to your doorstep. But of course, people that are coming to the country want to start with the same contract. But obviously, you can also pick up a phone contract. So it depends on what you want.
Okay.
Yeah, you get. So, but the moment you start up any type of contracts that give you the privilege of using a service and paying back in a systematic order called direct debit. By that place, you are building your creditability, and to give you access to be able to do some other stuffs like collecting credit cards, like getting a mortgage in the long run, like collecting car, stuff like that, on loan.
So now I would want you to talk about, though I think you've talked about it, but I want you to elaborate more on it. The advantages of getting a very good credit score. You said the very first thing is getting a SIM contract, which will help you to, in building your credit score. Though I'm still going to come back to what are other things, what are other options in building a good credit score. But let's talk about the advantages of having a good credit score first. You talked about getting a phone, getting a car, mortgage. What other stuff, like credit card too? What other stuff do you have in mind? And why is it even necessary for everybody? Because some people like, do I really care? Even if my credit score is 0, does it really matter? So why does it really matter?
All right, so there's a popular scheme in Nigeria, we call it LAPO. So the way the European world is designed financially, it's designed for people to achieve a lot without you needing to go and meet a loan or
complain.
Not necessarily go and meet someone that will borrow you money. It's designed for you to access what you want in a payment plan. No matter what you want, think of it: a car, a house, a good phone, a good shoe, a shirt. They expect you to be able to afford it on a simple payment plan. So credit score is like you having something to show that based on my record, you can see that I've been able to pay. So there are different companies that can help you check your credit score. So the most popular one used by most communication companies is Experian. Experian is a mobile app that can help you to track your credit score in a period of time. You can even pay for the premium service, and you can get the one with free services that will tell you your credit score, and it is used by most of the telecommunication companies to give you phones and stuff like that. So before you go and visit Tilly, for instance, I need a phone from you, or visit any company, O2 for instance, or any company, you can just check your credit score on Experian, and you can say, okay, I'm good here. So if you are on good standard rates on Experian, you most likely get a phone. You most likely get some basic luxury. You most likely get access to credit cards. So that's what I would just say. So credit score is what runs the world here. If someone tells you after 2 years that I have a house, the person may not necessarily paid for the house once and for all, but the person have grown a good credit score that is worthy enough for a company to stand as a surety for him to get that house and be paying bit by bit. Yes.
Okay, I think the worst thing is that the UK, let me just say, the system here
the European system
has made it so easy for you to get whatever you want, even though you can't afford it fully at that particular time, because they understand that you have other bills to pay. So if you need a phone, maybe urgently, you can get it and then you pay later. Just like it is in Nigeria, there are some of us that you would be saving for a phone. Because the phone money is not yet complete, you can't get the phone. So it's not like that yet. So that is that. So let's talk about, you talked about SIM contract for building. No, now let's talk about some other things that can help us. Because for example, now me, I don't think my credit score would be that built compared to you. You've been in the UK, you must have done some things and everything. But me, I'm just coming to the UK. What do I know? What have I done? I don't even know if there are some things I'm doing right now that is draining my credit score or improving my credit score. So what do you think I can do to improve my credit score?
All right, so like I said, I would advise every viewer to have a good record with Credit Planner. Like to open an account with Credit Planner, open an account with Experian to be able to track their credit score. And of course, you can check your mobile banking app. There's what we call TransUnion.
I think I saw that on Lloyd's
so that's TransUnion. They are checking your credit score with respect to your financial activity with the bank. But Experian and other credit checker can help you to check how far you are doing with your credit score. So how can you build your credit score? By getting things on loan and paying at the appropriate time. So the moment you said, okay, you walk up to a phone company and you get an iPhone 15, for instance, and you sign a contract that I'll be paying, say, £45 per month. on the 15th of every month, I give you access to deduct £45 from my account every month. And the company gets to your account and is looking for £45 and is not meeting it there. You are affecting your credit score. Because it will now be telling other companies, or it will now show on your reports that, Mr. Man, please don't loan your money to Mr. Z. Because the last time I went there, I didn't make money on it. So it is important that each facility that we get, each contract and engagement that we get, we are sure to be able to meet and pay up our obligations at the right time. So that will help us to grow our credit score. However, I'm aware that some people used to do the money for A, used to pay B, and stuff like that. However, just to be safe, it is important that any contract that you sign, be sure that the company or whatsoever third-party agency that you are dealing with will be able to meet the required money in your account, and that will help you to build your credit score over a period of time.
Okay, and that's what they call direct debit. Yeah. So you just wake up in the morning and you see that they've debited the account for something you already registered for. So in your conversation, you talked about credit card, and the credit card has a lot of meaning compared to, because I know there's something like debit card. I think that's the normal regular ATM that we use, but all of us are always having at the back of our mind that it is a credit card. So I would want you to explain the credit card, the advantages of owning a credit card, what it can do, and how to apply. Maybe how to apply will come later, but let's talk about the advantages first.
Yeah, of course. So like a popular musicians, Shoni CC, Loda.
Shoni CC, Loda.
Sure you get. So CC, my credit card is CC in short word, credit card, right? So most of us from the African country, we're not used to credit cards, right? But credit card is just a company trusting you enough to give you X amount of money on your card for you to spend.
Okay.
Different, in your bank account, you have the money, and when your money finishes in your bank account, you don't have money to spend on your card, except you are applying for a bank draft, an overdraft. Like that people, that's another section. You can actually talk to your bank that you need extra money, like you're getting like a loan from the bank. Right? So, but credit card is you getting some amount of money from another company who have trust you enough to give you that card that asks X amount of money for you to do your spendings on, and you must pay at a particular period of time.
Is it always interest free?
All right, I like that question. I was going to ask that question actually.
If you are borrowing me 1K and you are telling me to pay back 2K,
well, so credit card is just like every other loaning company in Nigeria. Lapo, we say, okay, I'm giving you money. Come and collect Lapo from me, and this is my interest. Right? There are some other people that will tell you that, like my dad belongs to a cooperative society, for instance, because of the work he's doing. So he is a member of a cooperative society. They will say, okay, if you are a member of this cooperative society, we will give you X amount of money, but we will not collect interest from you. So there are different credit companies that give credit cards. Some company has credit facility, but they don't give credit cards. E.g., Theory is a company that will give you phone, gadgets, creation. Different companies will offer credit facilities. But card is just a part of the credit facility. Collecting a phone in advance, collecting a laptop, a television, buying a house in advance is credit facilities. But credit card is just you having the money on your card to be able to spend. So the company that you are dealing with will determine the interest. But the general principle around credit card is that they give you the money, and there's what we call credit cycle. If, for instance, today, if I get the credit card today and I open an account today, that means my financial cycle will be from 31st of October to 31st of November. That is one complete cycle, right? So most of the credit card, American Express, Vanquest, Tesco Club card, most of Tesco credit card, most of those cards will give you a period of 25 to 28 days after your financial cycle to pay an interest-free, return the money back without an interest.
Okay.
Do you get that?
Yeah. After the first 25 days, you can return back the money
without an
interest-free.
interest.
Okay.
That is 25 days after you have gotten your statement. Let me explain again. It's like they gave you a card, like NEPA bill. NEPA bill comes with a bill. They come to your house and say, this is your bill. This is the amount of light, electricity you have used for the past 1 month. Now we are giving you 28 days to pay without interest. But the moment it passes that 28 days, you'll be paying X amount of interest, depending on the company, on the money you have collected.
Okay.
But there's a minimum payment you must pay to keep your membership. So this is an example. You and I belong to a cooperative society, right? And you are giving me a credit card to say, yeah, Dayo, I can trust you. I'm giving you a credit card of £2,000. But I will give you a report of how much you have spent after 1 month. And you give me the report. I have a window of 25 to 28 days to pay back the money I've spent on the card. Mm-hmm. And every money I've spent over 1 month is going to be interest-free without an interest. But if it passes that window period, you'll now be paying X amount of interest, depending on the company, on the money you borrowed.
Oh, okay,
yes.
Okay. So it's more like them giving you a particular timeline to repay back. So if you are unable to repay back at that time, then it will not be with interest.
With little interest.
Little interest.
As high as low or high as 23% in a year.
In a year?
Yes.
Wow. that's actually good. So I think in all, getting the credit card is important if you need money for some things. You can never tell. There will be sometimes that you just be down on your normal money. You just need some money. You can get the credit card without even spending the money inside.
Yes, it's even good to spend on it than using your debit card, because things that you do
when you spend on it and return back,
yeah, exactly,
it's building your credit score still again.
Yeah.
So it can also increase the limit of the money they give you.
Yeah.
For example, now let's say some credit card will give you said £2,000,
yeah.
So when you borrow £2,000 and you return immediately, they should be able to increase.
Yeah, you can now ask them to increase for you. Some can even increase automatically.
Yes. So all these things is really, really important. So now let's talk about how to get this credit card, because with look of things, like I think it's kind of I don't know if it's difficult.
It's not.
Oh, okay. Please explain the process of getting a credit card.
You can go to Google, put credit card available for me in whatever country you are. Just put credit cards available for me in UK. For instance, in UK, there are a lot of credit companies. A lot of companies that will give you credit card. American Express is popular, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's popular, right? But there are lots more companies that can give you a credit card. So go online, check for which company can give me a credit card, and check their ratings. That's all, right? Mm-hmm. So, but what I must tell your audience is that most of the judgments as to whether you get a credit card or not is judged by a robot. It's an artificial intelligence system. Okay. So there's an algorithm that you will fill in that will make the system know that, okay, this person is not worth more than giving him £1,000 on his credit card. Okay. You and I can fill our details on a particular credit company site, and they will say, yes, Dayo, I'm giving you £1,000, and we are giving you £10,000, because there's an algorithm that is already filled on the company's site to say, okay, if you are earning X amount of money as your salary or your annual income, or you are earning X amount of money, or you are paying X amount of money on your bills, on your house rent, on your utility bills, then you won't be able to afford too much, and we are going to give you X amount of credit card.
Okay. For example, let me make it practical a bit. Let's say, out of all the questions they are asking me, how much is your salary annually? And I'm saying my salary annually is, let's say, 20k pounds. How much are you spending on accommodation? I'm spending about 10k pounds on accommodation annually. I'm spending about 500 on. At the end of the whole stuff, how much is left with me is now like 2k.
Exactly.
they won't give me 2k credit limit, because they know how do you want to repay when the only money left with you is.
Exactly.
Okay. So are you saying? I say we should. You can actually.
I don't know about that.
But okay, if it is being judged by a robot, that means there's no really a physical verification or like that.
So a physical verification can come later, but ordinarily those platforms are AI driven, right? But of course, you know, there is always human
is what you give in.
Is giggle, right? So but at sometimes when you have difficulties, you can reach out to the chat box and to direct you to a call representative that will now attend to you manually. But most of the time, it is judged on AI database system for each of the company's website. Yeah.
Okay, so guys, about credit score, there are actually a lot of things to learn about credit score. So if there's anything he has talked about that you don't understand, or you feel like we should talk about that we didn't talk about, let me know in the comment box down below. He's surely going to be looking at all of the comments. Even if he doesn't look at them, I'm going to screenshot it and send it to him to answer. So any answer he gives, I'm going to bring it back to you. Trust me, I read all of the comments and I always answer everyone depending on what you ask. I will relate to him if he doesn't reply directly in the comments. Any answer he gives, I'm going to drop it down to you. So that is that about credit score. I also want to ask him another thing. You know, they talk say follow who no road.
So the 5% we no road.
Now you are the follow like this because
the beautiful thing about travel, you know, about testing new ground is that first to come, no mean say first to make it.
No man.
So I'm looking for the right word to say it. You just need the right information.
I thought say the horse we first run. No being go carry the race.
Exactly. So it's about the information you are exposed to. It's about your line of operation and of course the God factor. Yeah.
Sure. So the next thing I want to ask now is considering the fact that he has been in the UK since last year, and most of you that is watching this video, you might just be coming to the UK now, and then you are asking yourself, what would be my future by this time next year? So now he must have thought about this as at this time last year. Now I want to ask him, what is the future for should I say international students? Let me just say generally, people immigrating to UK now, what is the future for them in the next 1 year? How is he able to navigate it using his own personal experience? And what options does he have for us? Is it PhD? Is it COS? Is it go back to your country? No, let's just hear from the horse's mouth.
Well, like I said, I'm also in the learning phase. Well, but to answer the question of what next is about first, what brought you here? So if what brought me here is different from what brought you here, then an answer cannot attend to every of those requests. So what I mean is, what brought you here? How long will it sustain you legitimately? So if you come into this country as a student, right? Both of us come to this country as a student, and I came to this country as a PhD student. So logically, I'm sustained legitimately on that visa for 3 years or 4 years, depending on, of course, the kind of PhD I'm doing. And you maybe came in here as a master's student, and you are here for just 1 year. So the question of what next for me is different from the question of what next for you.
Sure.
So the first question is, what brought me here, and how long will it sustain me legitimately on this land?
Before you move on.
If you can answer that question, yeah, most of our viewers will most likely be students or people that have come here on job. Of course, so if you have come here as a student, the question will now be, what next after school, right? So after school that brought you here, you have 3 options. Are you planning to go back to your country? Like you said in your SOP. or are you going to switch to a work visa, tier 2 work visa? Or do you want to take advantage of the graduate visa?
That's post-study.
That's popularly called post-study. Or you want to switch to some different type of visas that the government has made available on UKVI. See, everything you need for your stay on this land in the United Kingdom is available on ukvi.com. But most people are too lazy to search. So there are a lot of different type of visa, innovators visa, what other global talent visa.
Yeah.
So there are different type of visa that you can actually, depending on your peculiarity, there are type of visa that you can opt on. And some people can even from inside Jackpot day. So people can actually, I have a lot of friends from England and US, Canada, because it's much more easier here really.
to move from here.
If you want to move from here to another country, it's much more easier. Number one, there's no pressure with processes. There's no much queue, and there is more dignity.
There's no water.
You understand? So, I didn't say that. So, but it's much more easier. So, it depends on your own peculiarity to know what next. But those are the options available, really.
Okay, so for me, let me not make it a little bit too much practical now. Let me still generalize it. For students, a lot of people want to say, maybe I should go for another school, or maybe I should find a job or the post-study and all. And I think there are a lot of questions that needs to be asked, because everybody's still targeting the ILR at the end of the day.
Of course, yeah.
So now the question I would want to ask is, how do we navigate getting a job that has a visa sponsorship? That's one. And the second question is, even if peradventure we are unable to get this visa sponsorship job, how do we get the post-study visa? And how do we get the post-study visa? And does the post-study visa years count towards ILR?
All right, thank you for that question. Yeah, like I said, every information you need is on UKVI. However, for the purpose of this session, I will share. All right, for post-study visa, before you came into the country as a student, you got a CAS. That CAS is what your sponsor, the university, sent to UKVI to say, yes, we are sponsoring him to come to the UK. And that CAS is what you, if you had come with a dependent, if you had come with your children, we use to also apply, right? So in this case, right, when you're applying for post-study now, because before now, you can actually switch as a student to work visa immediately, but now the policy has changed. So now, before you apply for a post-study visa, the university will obviously issue a CAS again to say that this student has fulfilled his requirements.
Okay.
Your tuition fee is cleared, you do not fail any course, that means you are a graduate. So with those conditions, you are fit to apply for post-study visa.
Okay.
Right? Good. For the work visa, every company that has the ability to sponsor, that are licensed to give COS, right, certificate of sponsorship, are on the UKVI website. There are about 90,000.
Yeah, I think I saw that list. I'm going to be putting the list, the Excel sheet list on the description of this video. You can check it out yourself.
So you will put the link there. So just keep checking it. So if the names of the companies are 90,000 today, tomorrow it can be 90,003, because people keep getting the license. So company get the license from the government to be able to sponsor people. So those that are sponsor people are the ones giving the COS, certificate of sponsorship. And yes, it counts towards your ILR. However, for post-study, because you are getting a 2 year, so post-study is like you doing IT. You are done with school. It's like, okay, we want to give this guy, this candidate, the privilege to test what he has done, what he has learned in school, in the industry. And of course, to find his way, to take a decision either to stay. And of course, we expect that within that 2 years, you will have gotten your bearing as to job or as to your next plan in life, right? So that 2 years will not count towards your 5 years route. We have two types of routes for ILR: the 5 years route and 10 years route. ILR means indefinite leave to remain. So for the 2 years for post-study, will count towards your 10 years. It does not count towards your 5 years route.
Okay. It counts towards the longer one, the 10 years.
Exactly.
But for the 5 years, it doesn't count.
Yes.
Okay, I think I get that. I think the last question I want to ask him, I don't know if it's the last question. Depends on how the atmosphere is. But this one I want to ask. A lot of people are actually, let me say a lot of students, they're actually being lackadaisical about what they are doing in UK now. Because they feel like, let me just do it, and they are not obeying some UKVI rule, they are not obeying the UK government rule. Now, is it possible? I've been hearing about it, but I want you to elaborate on it. Some people say my post-study visa request was rejected. So now, what do you think? Because a lot of people that are watching this thing now, you are heading towards it very soon. Now, the question is, what are the things you feel like can hinder your post-study visa being rejected, or what are the things you would advise people that are just moving to the UK not to do in order not to get themselves in trouble here in UK?
All right, to be honest, as far as I know, UK is one of the countries that has a clear-cut visa process. It's one of the countries that all their visa processes are direct. If you can read calmly, you will get everything needed for you to get any visa you are applying for. All right. For the graduate route, that's the post-study visa. All the requirements are stated on UK visa. And one of the requirements I'm sure of is that you must have completed your tuition fee. You must have completed your course of study. So it means that you must pass. If you don't pass your courses, you can't get post-study visa. So it means I would like to encourage students on grad to please take the academics serious. In the first place, that was what brought you to this country. So take it serious. So without passing your courses, you cannot get your post-study visa. And obviously, without paying your tuition fee, you won't get the class from the university.
They will up.
So I will encourage people to take the academic very serious. And honestly, out of 100 of people that I know that apply for post-study visa, maybe one person was rejected, maybe.
Yeah.
So it's sort of a sure kind of route if you are sure that you have met the requirements. Thank you.
Okay, I think everything is just straightforward.
Yeah.
Just read, make findings, and then do as it is being said. No issue around it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is all about today's video. Should I say it's all? Yeah, let me just say that is all about the interview part. Now we are going to go to the game section. So for all of the people I'm going to be inviting, we are going to be doing a game session. At least when they come here to talk and answer questions, there should be a time they will have to just diffuse themselves and just have fun. So that's what this show is always going to be about. So the game session is going to be in 3 parts. So the very first part is a this and that section. It's a very simple thing, just a this and that. Which one do you pick out of the two? And then the second part is the tedious one, the difficult one. And I'm going to be calling it country and capital. I'm going to be mentioning some countries to him. And he's going to be telling me the capitals of the country. 10 countries, and he's going to tell me the capital.
Countries.
Yeah.
Please name Nigeria be part.
So we are going to rate him in percentage. So we are going to give him a score before he goes home. And then the last one is going to tell us a story, a funny moment he had in UK or Nigeria. Anyone, it might be UK, it might be Nigeria. So a funny moment, and then we go. So let's start with this or that. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm going to start with this one. Canada or USA?
USA.
Why USA?
God's home country. So of course, everybody wants to be in USA. It's God's home country, and I think it's a country that allows for liberality. You're just free to do your stuff.
I was even thinking you're going to say the weather in Canada is too harsh.
Well, where's USA?
Okay, number 2. British food or Nigerian native food?
You need to ask that question. Nigerian native food.
Well, as with Nigerian, aside, okay, you have a wife, your wife is cooking for you. Android or iPhone?
iPhone.
Why?
So because of the ecosystem, it's easy to move.
Yeah.
So I use a Mac, so my phone, my system.
It's good to match things up. Rain in UK or snow?
Snow.
Yeah. I didn't like snow, it's cold.
Yeah, yes, no, well, some snows are actually nice. And the rain, because I don't want to stay rain, because the rain is just, they don't wait for rain in the UK. If it's just continue working in the rain or use umbrella. Wow. And it's just, it can just come anytime. So I prefer snow.
And the rain is always summer. Huh? Board games or video games?
I'm in between actually. But I think I would go for board games.
What's your favorite board game?
Do you have a favorite? I play chess, snooker, I think
Ludo too.
Ludo, yeah. Anyway, but I think I prefer board games. Yeah.
Okay, tea or coffee? Tea. Wow. Netflix or YouTube?
Oh wow, YouTube. Because YouTube is My coach. I learn anything on YouTube.
Yeah, even me, I love YouTube.
I don't need to pay to enjoy some services on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay, BBC shows or Nollywood movies?
Nollywood movies.
Text messages or phone call?
Woo!
Okay.
SMS, yes, but not WhatsApp messages.
So this one is, I don't know if it's okay to ask, but let me still ask. Oxford University or Cambridge University? You've not been to any of these schools before.
Yeah, but I have friends.
Okay.
So I'll go for Cambridge University.
Why?
Yeah, because both of them have rich stories and they are quite awesome university. But I think I'll go. Cambridge has, I think, in my opinion, Cambridge opens door for more international students.
Compared to?
Yeah, based on the people I know, anyways. Yeah,
Okay.
Cambridge. Yeah.
So now this next question is the question that all of you that is watching me, you need to pay attention to. But after he answers, I'm going to tell you why you need to pay attention to it. Now it is, do it yourself or agent or professional services. Which one?
It depends on what I want to do. But I like to do stuff myself. But some things I have to rely on professional services. Yeah.
Okay.
But traveling matters. Do it yourself.
The reason why I'm actually saying it is because some people, they just want things to be done for them. And I always tell people that try to do things yourself. Even my coming to UK, I did everything myself. I didn't pay for any agent. Now I'm not saying you should not pay for any agent, but I just feel like it's just a waste of money. Because if you can read instructions very well.
It depends anyway. If you can afford it, why would you do this?
Well, except if you are busy or maybe you are working 9 to 5 and you don't have time for sure, that's totally fine. Yeah. But at the same time too, do it yourself, gang. Please learn to ask questions. You are not an encyclopedia of knowledge. Yeah. When it comes to this kind of thing, they know they close mouth. If you close mouth, you go so far.
Yes.
According to him, when he said he applied to 12 schools, he said he has friends in all of these schools. Yeah. So if you want to take any step, ask people, okay, if I want to do this thing, what do you feel? So now the last question, number 12, a very interesting one. Earning millions in Nigeria versus earning moderately in UK.
You should have put a figure to this.
Okay, let's say earning 2k pounds in UK versus earning 2 million naira in Nigeria. No, let me say earning 1.5 in Nigeria versus earning 2k pounds in UK. Yeah. 2k
pounds in UK is average, an average income. Like anybody will earn 2k pounds.
Yeah, that's why I said.
So it's moderate anyway. But it's 1.5 million is also for Nigeria of today. It's not if you are earning 1.5 million naira in Nigeria, big boy.
Exactly.
So 1.5 million naira in Nigeria.
So you prefer to take up 1.5 million in Nigeria?
Yeah, so it depends. If I can do it remotely.
No. You want to say UK?
But if you are earning 1.5 million naira monthly after tax in Nigeria, you're a big man.
Now, I think, honestly speaking, I feel like Nigeria is a very good place to live in. Honestly speaking, Nigeria is a very good place to live in. So that is that about the this and that section. So let's go to the country and capital. This is going to be difficult. Okay, I'm going to give you. We are going to be doing 10 countries and capitals.
It's too much.
But, I know it's not too much. But I'm going to be giving you the liberty to kind of choose. But you are not going to choose the exact country. You only tell me the country. Just tell me the first alphabet of the country you want me to give you.
Wow.
So maybe A. If you say A, I'll call a country starting with A. If you say B, I'll call a country starting with B. I think that's fair enough.
Let me look at the countries.
Or should we do it by continent? No, let's do it by
alphabet. Yeah.
Alphabet, yeah. G. Ghana. Accra, good. 1 point.
I chose D because I know I know most of the countries. Alright, let's go. I'm afraid. Now let me go. Let me do this.
Simple countries there.
No, it's not about
Should I give you one?
Give me one, let's see.
Japan.
Tokyo.
Correct, 2 points. Yeah. Another one, Abi?
Yes, please.
This one is going to be difficult. It's difficult and simple, Sha. Luxembourg.
Luxembourg.
It's difficult and simple.
The capital is Luxembourg.
Yeah, you are correct. I should give you half mark. The capital is Luxembourg City.
Luxembourg City, yeah.
But I'll give you a full mark.
Thank you,
Luxembourg.
thank you.
Wow, I didn't know you were going to get that.
Yeah, I think it's been like that.
What's the capital of Mexico?
It's quite Mexico. Mexico. The capital of
The
Mexico.
capital of Mexico is simple.
Wait, Mexico. No.
Ting, 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 ting.
Which country owns?
Ting, ting,
Okay, no.
ting. Mexico is in North America.
I forgot. Skip me.
So I should cancel that.
Yes.
The capital of Mexico is Mexico City.
Oh, Mexico! I imagine.
I know it's simple. So
Wow.
3/4.
Wow.
So what is the capital of? You said I should mention Nigeria, but what is the capital of Niger? Niger. How did they call it? It's Niger now.
It's Nigeria.
Niger. What's the capital of Niger? Capital of Niger is difficult. It's not really difficult, but it's
Capital
not,
of Niger
it's
is.
not easy to get.
Capital of Niger is. Started with B, right?
No.
That's
It
not-
started with N.
Capital of Niger N. Wow.
Yeah.
No idea.
No idea. It's Niamey. Niamey, I don't even know.
No idea.
That's 3/5.
Wow.
What is the capital of Canada?
Ontario.
Is that your final answer?
Wait, Canada.
You miss Canada, you don't enter
I should know
Canada.
the capital of Canada. Capital of Canada.
Actually, capital of Canada is kind of tricky
Toronto.
because there are a lot of.
Toronto.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
The capital of Canada is Ottawa.
Ottawa! Why did I think?
Because there are a lot of popular places in
Just
Canada.
like China.
that. Exactly.
It's gonna be convincing. Oh my god.
Exactly. Even me, if
I
it's
should
not
know
like
that. I should know that actually.
if it's not like I'm checking out, I will have picked Toronto too because Toronto is even more popular than
Yeah, just like
than
China.
Ottawa,
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
So that's what 3/6.
That's bad. I should know the capital of Canada. Anyway. Oh.
What's the capital? Let's go to Africa.
Capital of Africa was.
What's the capital of Cameroon?
Cameroon is no. Togo is Benin. Cameroon.
Let me give you a hint.
Oh yeah,
It
please.
starts with Y.
Why? Cameroon. Wait. I should know Cameroon. Why not? Wait. I want to say Lome, but Lome is Togo.
If I give you the first syllable, you get the rest.
Okay, why?
It starts with Ya.
Yahoma.
No. Ya.
No idea.
Yaoundé.
Yaoundé, I know Yaoundé.
All of these things are very tricky. Very, very tricky. That's
Super.
3/7.
I know Cameroon before. Why? Yaoundé. I know.
3/7. You have 3 more. You have 3 more to
That's
surpass
bad.
the 50% mark.
That's bad.
What's the capital of Germany?
Germany, Tokyo now.
Germany.
Oh,
I didn't say
Berlin.
Japan.
Germany is Berlin.
Germany.
Berlin.
The capital of Germany
It's
is
Berlin.
Berlin.
Berlin, yeah.
Makes me remember that what's that Netflix movie? Money Heist. Yeah.
Berlin, yeah.
So what's the capital of? Which other one is there? India. Let's go to India. We have a lot of Indians here in UK. What's the capital of India? Tricky question.
No, it's not tricky. I should know Indian. I think I know Indian.
Tricky.
I know Indian. Can you give me first letter?
If I give you the first letter, you know it.
I think I know it. I watched it.
Okay, the first letter is the first letter or the first syllable.
The first letter.
First letter N. Okay, let me give you the first syllable. New.
It's not New Jersey. It's not New Jersey.
It's not New Jersey.
New Delhi.
New Delhi. I know you're going to get
Can you
New Delhi.
imagine? Indian.
They are very tricky. Now, this last one is. Let's go to Europe.
Okay, let's see.
Europe. I want to look for. I will not go to call France.
Why?
First, it's too simple.
This guy, no?
Now, the last one. Please, what's your score now? 5/9. Let me look for one difficult one in Europe. How am I not getting countries in Europe?
Why?
Russia. Russia is between Europe and Asia.
Yeah, so Russia Moscow.
So that is 6/10, 60%.
If you had asked more countries in Europe, I would have gotten
like okay, let's give him 2 bonus.
No, don't worry. Italy, Rome now.
Wow,
Yeah,
Italy is simple.
Yeah.
France is Paris.
Yeah.
What other countries?
Greece.
Greece. I don't know Greece.
And
Athens. Okay, Athens.
Athens, yeah.
But the likes of the South America, I think I know. The Argentina is Buenos Aires. Portugal is in Europe. Portugal is well. So just familiarize yourself
Also,
with. It's just a geographic question. Trust me, if I ask any of you, you would know it because it's not something you always pay attention to. But try and pay attention to all of this country because you can never tell. You can just disappear one day and just see yourself in Portugal.
Yeah.
There was even a particular time I started learning all of these countries and capitals together.
Can you imagine? That's it. I just started knowing it. Maybe when I'm watching programs, or maybe curiosity, or we are discussing and I just want to know. Yeah, that's it.
Or news.
Yeah.
So now the last thing on our game section is going to be telling us a story, a weird story, or a funny story, anything at all about one of his experiences in either UK or Nigeria, maybe when dog was pursuing him or something. So which one are you going to tell us?
Okay, let me just say every day in Nigeria is a funny day. So there's always a lot of funny stories every day. As far as you are driving and you are moving in Nigeria, that is a funny day. So I'll tell you a funny story in the UK, just one. I have a lot of funny stories anyways. I'll just tell you one. So 5 days after I got to Hull in England, right, I got a bicycle because I wanted to be able to move around cities and stuff like that. And in my head, I was like, I'm in a very good country, nobody steals, and nothing happens. I parked my bicycle just outside my agency called me, they rang me on phone that I should come, that they have finished my onboarding process.
Okay.
I should come get my ID card. So I just put the bicycle at the entrance of the door and I hung my purse. My purse is containing my BRP card, it's containing my ATM, my dollar card, my Nigerian Naira account card, debit card, my ring, one of my very special ring. And I was just turning to get my ID card. I just looked back, I just saw a young guy on the bicycle and was running. That was the first day I sweat in UK. I ran after him, and the funniest part is that everybody was just looking at you, like you chasing. Nobody will say, or like Lagos, that somebody will even grab the person on behalf.
Person will not able to stop man for front.
Yeah, so I was shouting, please. So after a few minutes, I came back. The guy just maneuvered me. I ran for like 10-15 minutes. He maneuvered me and he escaped. I went back and I just remembered, oh, my card, my wallet, my BRP. Yes, I hung it on the bicycle's handle. And unfortunately, he went with it. And few moments later, I started receiving debit alerts on my pound card. He went to the person, the thief now, or the person who stole my bicycle, went to the nearby market, started tapping. I know you just tap, you don't need codes. So I quickly rang my bank and they blocked the card and refunded the money back to me. Yes, they refunded the money back to me. And
the bank?
Yes, they transferred me to the fraud unit and the money was refunded back. I was like, wow.
Well,
so it was a bittersweet experience.
Is it possible they track the person with... No, there's camera everywhere in UK, maybe where you went to tap.
The location is there. I even know the location. I know the money, but they're cool. But the money is I think it's now up to them because they paid for me. They paid it back. Okay. So it's now up to them to carry on the litigation process if they want. Yeah.
What matters most is that you got your money back, but you couldn't get your bicycle back. So how are you able to? Because it's actually a funny experience anyway. But how are you able to do the lost BRP card? Yeah. So that's another story entirely. So if you just go online, just type, I lost my BRP card, so I applied for another one. I paid about £75.20 to get the BRP card. But fortunately for me, there is a center at the city center. You just capture and they will deliver it back to your house. Okay, because a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, Debola, don't lose your BRP card. If you lose your BRP card, it's a great mess. You will have to pay a lot of money." Like £75.20 when I did mine. Yeah, I don't know now. Yeah. So guys, Except if you have £75 anyway, lose your card. But if you don't have £75, please don't lose your card. Alright guys, this is where we are going to be stopping this video. This video is way long already. This is where we are going to be stopping the video for today. Thank you for joining us, and I'm going to see you on another one. Don't forget, if you have any question for our boss, ask in the comment box below. He's going to answer all of the questions. And again, I also want you to tell me in the comment box below who you want to see next on my interview section show. Or should I ask our host, who do you want me to interview next?
It depends on what you want to talk about.
So let's say I want to talk about getting a job easily.
There's no easy way to get a job. But you can actually invite anybody. There are a lot of people that are doing well. Anyone.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people, yeah.
Guys, don't worry. Trust me, I'm going to get you the best people on this show. People who are really, really experienced about whatever they are going to be talking about. Our guy has talked about a lot of things today. Don't forget, he talked about what happens after your study here in the UK, what happens when it comes to credit score building and how to apply for credit card, and many, many of them. And all of these things, if you have any question about it, I'm saying it again, drop it in the comment section below. And again, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. This is the best way for you to encourage me to make more videos, and also to actually promote this video for other people to see. And don't forget to like and share to people who needs this information. You can never tell. The information shared here can help your friend later on. Alright guys, I will see you on another video. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Bye.